Hey, what's up everyone? How's it going? Welcome back to the channel, and I am here for a collection video. Now, I know it's been a while since I've done a collection video on this channel, but I figured I would do one for Rush. And the reason that I'm going to be doing a CD collection for this band is because, well, as you guys know, if you guys have been keeping up with the channel, you guys know I've been picking up a lot of Rush albums lately. So yeah, I would say I have almost or over half their discography now. Um, next Rush CDs I like to pick up are Hemispheres, I think it's called, and Power Windows as well. But this is my Rush collection as of now. I don't have any vinyls or shirts or merch or anything. I just have CDs. So, yeah, this here is all of them. So, we'll go ahead and start, of course, with the ones that came out first to last and, through the discography and everything. But first, I would like to show you the one greatest hits album that I do have from Rush, Retrospective 2. Now, this was technically my first Rush CD I ever purchased. I found this really cheap at Half Price Bookstore, so I decided to grab it. Yeah, and greatest hits albums are usually good for people who are newer to bands, because as you guys know, I did get into Rush last year, but I would say that this year is like really when I'm heavily into them, because I would say that they're one of my most listened to bands of this year so far. But yeah, this is the one compilation Rush album that I have. Pretty cool to have. Alright, so let's get into the studio albums. Next up we got, of course, the self-titled debut. It's a great album. Not one of their best, but it is good. It works as a debut. And next up we got Fly By Night, which I think is a little bit better than their debut. Yeah, great album. Can't go wrong with it. Next we got 2112, which I know a lot of people like to say that this is like second to best Rush album, just behind Moving Pictures, but yeah, great album. What can I say about it? I mean, there's not really a song on here that I can complain about. They're all solid material. Alright, so next up we got A Farewell to Kings. Yeah, really great album. And now we're moving on to the 80s era of Rush, because what I just showed you there was the 70s era. So yeah, the 80s era, we got Permanent Waves. Really good album. And of course we got Moving Pictures, which is their most popular album, and probably my favorite Rush album, of course. I think a lot of people can get behind that statement. Excellent, excellent album right here. Just a must-have for any music fan in general, I think. Every song on here I'd say is great. Great album. Next up we got Signals. This album I do like, but there are times where I don't know, it is closer to the bottom for me out of what I've heard so far. The first half of this album is definitely the strongest. Not that the second half has any weak songs, because they're still good, but I don't know. I think this album is a hit or miss for me sometimes, but overall it's a great album. I still do like it for what it is. Next up, we got Presto. Again, similar story to Signals. This album is hit or miss. I do like a lot of songs on it. And yeah, it's still a pretty good album for what it is. And we got Counterparts, which I think is an underrated Rush album. Definitely a great one. Next up we got Test for Echo. Really good album. And lastly, this is the last Rush CD that I have. I have their most recent album that they released over 5 years ago or something like that. Yeah, and I got here Clockwork Angels. Out of all the Rush CDs that I have, this is probably the one that I would consider my least favorite. But still a great album. It's not too bad. I definitely prefer older Rush though, but yeah, This is still a really good album for what it is, and I think it's a pretty good way to end their discography, of course. Alright, so that's it for this Rush CD collection. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, and take care.